does he give it, and they love it.
Into the hot zone to Hull. Shooting stars! Brett Hull!
Welcome into Ice Guardians. We're in the Window World Studios here, sponsored by and brought to you by Siteman Cancer Center. And what a honor today. We get I got two Hall of Famers. I'm riding side saddle with two special guests, but Chris
multiple
Pronger.
Hall of Famers because we're Hall of Famers, Hall of Shamers.
Yeah. Well, I guess does Saskatoon count?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It honestly does. Yeah.
All right. It counts.
3 Hall of Famers.
You're in.
Thankfully, they drugged me into that last weekend.
St. Louis Hall of Fame?
It was awesome. Anyway.
I didn't realize how few players Saskatoon had when they started dipping to the bottom of that bucket. I thought they were
Don't you normally start at the top?
I thought they were a storied franchise. What the hell is going on?
Well, I don't know how, Wendell Clark's 22. I wore 22 after him. Wonder how you do that. Because I know which one of us is the Hall of Fame.
Well,
Chris Pronger joining us today, and he's definitely a Hall of Famer. So
I think at some point now you got to quit retiring numbers and just retire the name.
Yeah.
Because I think it's so ridiculously stupid when I watch a game and like every number from 90 up is taken.
Yeah.
I like the traditional numbers.
yeah, I do too.
You know?
You know what? Actually, that's what they did in Saskatoon was they just they have a wall of honor, which is your Hall of Fames, and not retiring the jersey. So
I like that.
maybe they started something. Maybe they start. Here's the other thing
They
I
should
like.
just give you a golden pitchfork up there.
Here's the other thing that they did that are the teams are doing. Rather than giving you a jacket or something that you just wear kind of on those nights. I love the jacket idea. I think they should continue with the tradition. But I also like the ring thing where they're just giving you a ring and you can wear it.
Yeah, you love your rings.
To the function. Well, you can.
I know. I'm just
You
saying
can wear
you
it to
love
the
your
function.
rings. Did
And
they give you a jacket that you can grow into?
It's applicable.
Because you're not going to be this skinny forever. I know
No.
that.
Well, you never know. I've got on a real solid regiment of yogurt and ensure. I mean, geez. I'll tell you what. You try it for about 6 months and see the weight you can lose.
God,
Have them hook you up to an IV and pretty cool. But anyways, how you been, buddy?
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, really good.
Now you've been on
I've been on a tear.
a tear all over. I see
Really
on everything. You're on everything. And
really a promoter.
Yeah, I'm really getting
Love
after
it.
it. The
Good for
marketing
you.
101 is
I couldn't
paying
do it.
off.
okay, so all of that stuff you hated doing,
Yeah.
you're having to do now.
Yeah.
Because as a player, you were one of those guys that you just wanted to do the work and get the hell out of
Hold
the
on,
locker room.
let's rephrase that. What he wanted to do was just like me. Come to the rink, put the jersey on, go and play, and go home. Screw practice, screw meetings, screw travel. Hated it. I loved playing the games. And I think Chris was probably the exact same.
I enjoyed practice, but I loved the games. I loved competing. I loved the challenge of going up against the best players and hopefully winning and not allowing them to score any goals.
Yeah, it's well, that's the key. You know, you were pretty good at it considering there's only 2 defensemen ever to win the Hart Trophy as most valuable player, and you're one of them. And the other guy
was
pretty
bad.
Yeah, a decent player, right?
Yeah, well, think about all the other
Robert Gordon, yes.
Yeah, well, think about all the other unbelievable defensemen that have played in this game for decades.
Yeah.
That never did it.
Yeah.
And to me, it's one of the greatest honors and greatest. I'm not really sure how to say it. For you to be in that group of 2 is awfully special. I would imagine.
That's about the only time I'll be talked about in the same light as Robert Gordon.
Yeah, but I know, but it's something you don't hear enough about.
Yeah.
Like
No, it doesn't get brought up. It gets brought up a little bit when you
get
get a defenseman that's
Right.
kind of getting a lot of points or doing stuff. Do you know how I won?
Yeah, you were the best defenseman.
No, but do you know
best
how
player in the game.
you know how I got enough votes?
No,
Because I was always anti, like, kissing ass to the media.
of course, yeah.
I'm not going to do this till you vote for me. And Jagger got hurt that year. He played he missed 16 games. The Pittsburgh writer voted me 1 and him 2. I won by 1 vote.
Wow, that's unreal.
1 vote.
Wow.
Needless to say, Jaromir was not happy with that writer.
It's amazing that he admitted to that.
Well, no, because it came out. It came out in the
Well, see, so the votes
record.
it's not anonymous.
no.
Like in the,
I think he came out and said who he voted for. There was a tally of how many first place, second place back then, but I think now they actually have to post who they voted for.
you like the who just got in the Hall of Fame that should have been unanimous, and the one guy didn't vote for him.
Was it Jeter?
No, it's just
Ichiro?
I don't know.
Ichiro.
I don't know if it just happened,
But
I
the
believe
guy
that-
didn't have to say who he was.
I believe it happened to Haley Wickenheiser. And I know that, it's not, we're talking about the NHL, but I believe it happened to Haley that one person didn't put her in as a first ballot Hall of Famer. And she's aware of it. And
She knows who it was.
she knows who it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Maybe she didn't accept his advances one time or something.
or what if it wasn't a he?
Or vice versa.
Well, Mr.
I was
Hull-
just assuming, so I guess that makes an ass of me
Yeah.
Again.
Prongs,
multiple times. Yeah.
when you were coming in the league, though, I was in Hartford when you were there. It's not your attitude that was different. It was you took it in, and I think your reactions were different. You didn't know. I think sometimes you just didn't know how to handle yourself in situations that, not that you should have, but as a young guy, where you just kind of like, I got to learn this before I speak out again, or you would just say things because you thought there should be. Because there was times where you'd get so pissed off at the media, and you were just like, I can't. I'm gonna slap one of these guys.
I think it's a couple things. It's what I went through in those early days that created this big chip.
Yeah.
And then it was also experience and understanding of kind of what they were trying to do, how they're trying to put a quarter in you, get you to spout off and whatnot. And
Is that what they do?
allegedly.
They really worked it on me. I can tell you that.
And, I think it was more just trying to give them just enough to do their jobs, but not making it easy on them.
Right.
And if they want more, then ask better questions.
Okay, we talked about this in the past or whatever. Tell us the story of what happened in Buffalo the night we all got put in jail. You all got put in jail.
Oh, God. So, we're
Rookie year.
Right. We're right in probably mid to late March. We're out of the playoffs. We're not making the playoffs, but we're going in to play Buffalo, who was fighting with Boston for the first seed in, which was, what was that division called?
The Adams.
Adams division, which was our division.
Right.
So, yeah, thank you. So we go out to the bar a couple days before. We got in there early again. And people got to remember, we're flying commercial. We're getting in early. We're not doing whatever. And so we get there. We go to Jim Kelly's bar.
Yeah.
Watch the game that a couple days before. I think Buffalo was playing somebody, and our whole team is at the bar.
Yeah.
Assistant coaches are at the bar, and you're getting later into the evening, but it's not too late.
It wasn't late.
It wasn't late. So, I'm standing there, our captain, Pat Verbeek, and assistant coach, Kevin McCarthy. I'm just standing there talking to them. And all of a sudden, this bouncer walks up, and he grabs Pat Verbeek's beer, and he just takes it. And Beaker kind of looks at him like, what are you doing? And he's like, get out. And he's like, what? Well, now in a bar, when a bouncer is engaged with somebody, boom, 2 or 3 other bouncers come over. And now we're like kind of stuck in this section, and there's 3 different bars in this Jim Kelly's bar.
I remember.
And
Well, of
We
course
have
you
we have
would.
a third of the team over here at this bar to the right getting served. We have a third of the team over here at this bar getting served. And then we're over by this bar, and there's probably 7 or 8 of us over here. And all of a sudden, we're getting pushed towards that bar, the 3 of us, by these bouncers. But the door is on the other
way,
side
the other way.
of the bouncers.
Right.
And I'm going, okay, hey, we'll leave. Sure, just the door is over there. Let us get around you, and we'll leave. And, one little wee bouncer's like yapping, little chihuahua.
Always a guy.
There's always a guy, and he was the guy running his
I
mouth.
guarantee the little ball of hate pissed him off somehow, whether it was
No,
he did something
we
to his
all had
saber
our
once,
wits
yeah.
about us.
No, I didn't mean right at that moment.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah, maybe later. So then he's just running his mouth. And now these bouncers are coming towards us. We're backing up, coming towards us, backing up. Now we run into a couple more of our teammates.
7 more guys.
So we got Mark Jansen, Jeff Sanderson, Harkins. We got, there's a bunch of us. And all of a sudden, they just start coming towards us, and boom, in behind us comes the cops for no reason. And boom, all of a sudden, mayhem breaks out, and they start macing us. And the one bouncer starts attacking Kevin McCarthy, starts kicking him and laying the boots to him. And all for standing there. We didn't, so then it became this whole story of this bar brawl in Buffalo. I'm like, bar brawl? Like, we're just standing there getting shit kicked by the cops, and these bouncers laughing that they instigated this whole thing. So then we get thrown in jail. So now I took a nap in jail.
That's the best.
Very
part.
tired.
Prongs made sure he got the bed.
I got the bed, and I put
Rookie's
my
got the bed. Legs up in the air.
got my legs
6'9".
up on the bar.
Bed's 5'4".
The stanchion in the jail cell. I get my legs up there, and then everybody's kind of walking out. They had to wake me up. We're leaving, and I'm not really thinking anything of it. Like, we didn't do anything. Like, first off, why are we in jail? Right. Secondly, we didn't do anything. We were just standing there. And at this point, I'm not thinking, okay, I'm underage, all this other stuff going on. Thinking, I'm with my
I'm
teammates.
not thinking I'm underage.
Yeah. I'm like, we're close to Canada. It's Buffalo.
Yeah.
19, 21. I mean, what's the big deal?
Tomato.
Yeah. So we're walking out, and I got my jean jacket on. I'm not, not even thinking I'm hungover. And all of a sudden I look and I see this camera, and I do the old perp walk, throw my arm up with my jacket. and needless to say, out of everything that transpired, that one thing is the thing that kept coming back from owner and GM and everything. Like, what are you doing? Like, what are you thinking here? I'm like, well, nothing, obviously. I'm not thinking. Like,
Right.
I was tired.
I was tired, and I was hungover, and I was like, I didn't
Gave me
know.
a bed that was 5'4". What do you expect me to do?
And I didn't know the media was going to be there. Like,
I've never been put in jail before. I don't.
So, we leave, and all of a sudden now we got to go back. We got to go to court to get out. And it's like, but we didn't do anything. And all of a sudden we plead no contest to trespassing.
Trespassing.
To get out.
In a public place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was this long sordid story of this bar brawl was pretty benign. The worst part is years later, I'm walking into Enterprise, which was Savis. You were still there, I think. And I'm walking in, and there's this guy sitting at the couch. We used to walk in through the office.
Yeah.
I go, I see this guy and whatever. And the receptionist goes, oh yeah, this guy's looking for you. And he goes, you've been served. Like, the one bouncer who was kicking our assistant coach broke his toe and decided that he was going to sue me, Pat Verbeek, and Beaker had house liability insurance, so his insurance paid the guy off. But like, so you're trying to sue me because you kicked our assistant coach and broke your toe? Like, what did I do? I mean, that's the stuff you're just like, give me a break.
That whole time I'm listening to that, I'm thinking, what if that would have happened in St. Louis? All the bouncers would be in jail, and you guys still be at the bar.
Yeah, we'd still be drinking beer around the bar.
Yeah, with the cops.
With the cops.
Because we have the best cops in St. Louis.
Yeah.
And the worst thing was I never got to see Jim Kelly after that.
Oh, you didn't?
No, never got to run into him.
Well,
I was looking.
guy.
he should have been.
I was looking for him, though.
He should have been
Jim is an
calling you,
awesome man.
apologizing.
I know, right?
Yeah. No question about
Yeah.
it. Well,
That was one of the beginning of the issues in Hartford.
Yeah.
One
I
of many.
remember.
That's a hell of a start.
I remember us. We're in Hartford, and we were going to go to the bar after the game, and it was called Coaches, right?
Yep.
So we're going to go to Coaches, and Brendan, you've been traded. Brendan Shanahan's playing there, and Shanny gets ID'd at the door, and he doesn't have his wallet with him. Well, first of all, how do you not have your wallet? Anyways, he doesn't have his wallet with him. So the guy's like, can't let you in. He's like, you're joking. You got one pro sports team in the city, and I can't get into this bar. And finally he goes, well, how about that ID? And he points to the menu, and there's Brendan's face on the menu. And the guy looks at him. He goes, buddy, he goes, I'm leaving. I want my face off all the menus by tomorrow. And that's when the owners came into the locker room apologizing. You mean so much to us. I'm like, they're more proud of Rebecca Lobo there playing for Connecticut than they were the NHL team. They had Sean.
Well, they were better than you guys. So.
Well, that's true.
Well, you were a pretty good team. We were.
The worst thing was when I first got there, I see the Hartford Current, and I'm thinking, oh, I'm going to get NHL. We're the only pro sports team in town. 4 pages of UConn men's basketball.
Yeah.
2 pages of women's UConn women's basketball. There's like a little wee section for the Whalers. I'm like, what are we doing here? This is the NHL.
Radar O'Reilly and Rebecca Lobo more popular than Sean Burke and Brendan Shanahan.
Yeah, it was a treat going to play in Hartford.
Beautiful mall.
Walking through the mall.
The lucky lady.
Yeah,
No, the Russian lady.
Yeah.
What was it called?
Yeah, Russian lady.
Russian
And
lady.
what does that remind you of?
Gaetanos. And Gaetanos.
Eh? And what does that remind you of? Retiring, being elected to the Hall of Fame, and walking through the food court in the tuxedo to get to the Hall of Fame.
Going through Movenpick.
It's like you're walking through with the guys that you're going into the Hall of Fame with, or ladies, and there's a guy over there eating Timbits or taco time. Yeah,
you know it's
on a
Timbits.
bench, and you're like, what the?
Not taco time because they don't have it out east. So he's eating Timbits for sure.
Well, it was taco something or other. But I mean, that's incredible.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
how was it growing up in Dryden, Ontario, playing minor
awesome.
hockey? And
It was awesome. It was the best place to grow up, play hockey, small town.
like Thunder Bay almost?
in between Winnipeg and Thunder Bay.
Right.
Right in the middle. And we, every day my brother and I played. We either played in our basement, we played in the driveway, we played road
Yes.
hockey out front. We had an outdoor rink 2 blocks away. So
It's like
we were
Winnipeg
always
when
doing
I was a
something.
kid.
Yeah.
How many people there in Dryden?
Like now, like 6,500, 7,000.
That's it.
Perfect
Yeah.
size.
Wow, I thought it was bigger than that.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. So it was, it was easy living. You walk everywhere. It's
Right.
just right in front of you, which is great.
And who would you play against?
we
lot
would
of
play against
traveling, huh?
Kenora. So we just stayed in our region.
Oh, a lot of
trip.
Indian teams.
Yeah, a big trip would be to go to Winnipeg or Thunder Bay, but we'd play Fort Francis, Kenora, Red Lake,
Okay.
Sulico. Like
where'd you
those
say
were-
Red Lake?
Red
Yeah,
Lake.
Red Lake. Yeah,
Go up to the gold mine up there.
yeah.
Huh. And
Yeah,
then
so it
what
was-
made you go
So I
to
played.
the Pete's, right?
I went to Stratford first, junior B. So I went played high school hockey for 2 years.
In Canada, high
Yeah.
school hockey?
Yeah.
That's weird.
We'll get to the book later, Hully.
Okay.
Well,
Well, we'll get to it.
well, we
But
should
so I
have
played
it
2
first.
years of high school. Then I played junior B in Stratford, which is just west of Kitchener,
Okay.
Kitchener Waterloo. And then I got drafted. Was going to go play college hockey like my brother,
Where?
who was at Bowling
Your
Green.
brother, yeah. By the
I
way,
had-
his brother's got a great book out too. Anyway,
The Journeyman. I had 6 schools that I'd committed to 5. I committed to my visits already. I was going to Maine. So Korea was going there
Yeah.
and Monty was there. So I was going to go look at Maine. Michigan State was a powerhouse back then.
Yep. Sure
A
were.
couple of my teammates from Stratford were going there. Then I was going to go to DU and look at. I was going to go to North Dakota.
Oh, you had all small schools.
Yeah. back then.
They were big. They were huge
Back
hockey
then.
schools. Yeah.
And then, what was the other? Oh, and then I was going to go look at Michigan too. So I
Nice.
kind of had Michigan covered. And then I didn't need to go see BGSU, Bowling Green. So I had 6 schools I was kind of focusing in on. And then at the last minute, I went to the under 18 in Japan and got to play with all the top guys my age. And I'm like, fuck, they're not that good.
Right.
Thinking like, why can't I go play junior?
Right.
And just decided that I had to go back to junior B and play one more year. And I was worried about kind of stunting my development and not challenging myself enough. And then went to camp for the 48-hour rule. I was like, I can do this. And
they said, stay.
And I stayed in Peterborough, played there 2 years, and then off to Hartford we went.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Start of a incredible career. And we will get into more of the NHL when we come back from this break from the Window World Studio, brought to you by Siteman. We'll be back.
Now it's time for our Get Checked moment of the game. And today's topic is lung cancer. Lung cancer often doesn't present symptoms in the early stages, which is why it's so important to make sure you're getting screened if you're eligible. What makes you eligible, you might be wondering. If you're 50 to 80 years old and have a history of smoking 20 years or more, you can get checked. Even if you quit smoking, you can still get screened if you smoked in the last 15 years. If you're wanting to quit and having a hard time doing so, WashU Medicine offers a great smoking cessation program. You can learn more by emailing quitsmoking@wstl.education. And to get screened, if you're in Missouri or Illinois, visit getscreenednow.com to find locations near you.
Wow. Nice hustle. The only time I get to see that much drive is when I feed my dog. Nugget loves every flavor of Diamond Naturals adult formula. Every time I fill her bowl, it's like a breakaway. I think she loves Diamond Naturals almost as much as she loves the Blues. They both come from Missouri. Maybe it's local pride. All I do know is to step away from the bowl come feeding time because she'll rough you up if you get in the way.
Oh, you're a legend on the ice, but you're no legend in a repair shop.
You're right, Chaser. I couldn't fix a car if it came with a playbook.
That's why you got Car Shield. When your car breaks down, they help and handle all the expensive repairs.
Yep, my first call is Car Shield, and boom, covered. No huge repair bills, no stress.
So you can save the game face for the golf course.
Exactly.
Coverage varies by plan. View contracts, exclusions at carshield.com.
No sport flips faster than hockey. One power play, a goalie pulled in the last 2 minutes left, and everything changes. DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NHL, is built for that kind of chaos, with live betting from puck drop to the final horn. And DraftKings has your back with early exit protection. If you place a pre-game player prop bet and your player starts the game but leaves in the first period due to an injury and doesn't return, you'll get your money back in cash. No bonus bets, no opt-ins, just real protection when injuries early. New to DraftKings? Bet just $5 and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code GUARDIANS. That's code GUARDIANS to turn $5 into $200 in bonus bets instantly. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Welcome back, Chris Pronger, my pal and co-host Kelly Chase from the Window World Studios, brought to you by Siteman Cancer Center. Prongs,
Yes, sir.
an auspicious start in Hartford with some jail time. And
Shawshank.
you're eight,
I was in Shawshank.
In Shawshank.
Where you were?
and then you did you know you were going to be traded, or was it very surprising? Or
It was an absolute shock. I met with Jimmy Rutherford after the season. You're our franchise player. We're building around you. We're excited to have you. We love having you as a Whaler. And then in early August, Paul Holmgren, who was the coach, flew up to Dryden, took him fishing. He wanted to check in on me, see how I was doing, working out, all that stuff. And literally Spent 3 days fishing with him. You know, he called in, he gets to Thunder Bay. You know, obviously Dryden's not easy to get to.
Right.
So gets to Thunder Bay, calls in, pre-cell phones, calls in. Yeah, just had a great meeting with Chris. You know, he's doing good. You know, I'm really excited about the year. Paul, let me stop you right there. We just traded him. We just traded him to St. Louis for Brendan Shanahan.
So I just spent 3 days in Dryden for nothing.
Yes.
Well, the fishing's great. Dryden, you might as well, make the most of the fishing. So
we had
at least he got that in. But I was at what's the Marcus Downs, the horse place in Toronto?
Oh, fucking
where they have the Queen's
I
Cup.
know. Yeah.
Lansdowne Park.
It's like that.
No,
but it's like that.
I know what you're talking
Anyway,
about.
I was there,
pull
and
it
the
out of
phone
my ass
rang,
right there.
and Homer goes, "Hey, you got a second?" And I said, "Sure." He goes,
You happened to run into him at a racetrack.
No, he called me. I was there. And he said to me, "Hey, you got a second?" And I said, "Sure." He goes, "Jimmy just traded Prongs to St. Louis, or we're making a deal." He goes, "What do you think of Shanahan?" And I'm like,
You're an idiot. You said that he was awesome.
well, I said he's fucking unbelievable. But I said, he's not going to stay in Hartford. He won't stay in there. He wants legacy, and he wants to make sure that he's in a franchise that's been storied. So I said, I'm just telling you. And sure enough, one of the agreements he made with Rutherford was, I'll give you a year and I'm going to play my ass off. And then he got there, and then he had to play with Jimmy Carson.
Jimmy Crack Corn.
Yeah, and he wasn't very happy about it. And
Who did he want to play with?
They got him off the line, and he played. I think he played with Sanderson then, and Castles.
Yeah.
But anyway, Brennan was really honest with him. He told him, "Hey, you get a year." But the thing was, from back here, Prongs was just finding his way.
Yeah.
And I remember John Hamm, completely name dropping, was the bartender at
No, he's a waiter.
Cardwell's.
Waiter,
Cardwell's.
right?
He was
Cardwell's.
Both.
both. Yeah, both.
And he asked me about it, and he said he comes in here for lunch after practice, and I feel like he's kind of lonely or alone.
Do you think?
Yeah. And I said, listen, man, hockey players are great guys. I love Prongs. He needs some direction. And I said, he needs some direction and some help around there. So help him out. And so I don't know I know you guys have a relationship where
he hooked me up a few times.
yeah. And
He made sure it was never dry.
yeah. But in any event, I mean, that's what St. Louis was about. But you had come here, and it was tough. You're trying to fill the shoes of Shanny, and people loved him here.
Well, when I got traded, I was all fired up. I didn't know shit about St. Louis.
Me too. When I got traded here,
I'm like, I didn't know anything about it.
idea.
I didn't know anything about the city. Hey, frankly, I didn't know a lot about the team because while I'd played 2 years, the second year was a lockout year. We didn't play
Yeah, we
against
didn't
the
even
West.
play this side. Right.
So I played, and my first year, we were here, I think, game 5 of my career.
Right.
So, I was so new that I didn't even know jack shit.
Yeah.
So it was just, and frankly, I figured it was your team. You're the name, and I didn't realize he was coming up underneath 50 goals and all the rest of it.
He was an unreal player.
Yeah.
Those guys, like you being a Hart Trophy winner, that doesn't, obviously it doesn't come around. There is guys like him, but very few.
Yeah.
50 goals, and he'll fight anybody in the league. I mean, that's why when the trade was made, it was because you hadn't quite made your footprint yet, and no one had a clue.
He had just made it, and he
was unreal. He was playing so good with Nelson Emerson and Craig Janney. They were an unbelievable line, and there was no way anyone thought he was getting traded. It's kind of like when we got Scott Stevens.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like, where does that come from? It's out of left field. So, But yeah, so
I would love to see the Blues do something like that this summer.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, when you look at that trade, I know I was kind of youngish, but you don't see very many 1-for-1 trades
Right.
of players. Like, and not that long after that.
And it worked out for both
Iginla.
teams.
Yeah.
You think about it, people don't realize. I mean, Iginla was even younger than I
Right.
was during that trade.
He might have been still.
He was still a junior.
Yeah, playing in Kamloops, right? Yeah.
You don't see those very often with those types of players nowadays.
I just wonder, and at the time, and by the way, it worked out for both teams. Both of those situations, Nui for Iginla, Shanahan, Pronger. It was a win-win for both teams. Now, Hartford at the end of the day took a punch in the mouth, maybe a little bit, because Shanny would only stay a year. But who'd they get? Primo,
Coffee, Primo, Grimson, the draft pick, and somebody else. And somebody else at prospect.
That's when I told Grimson that Matthew Barnaby was making fun of him.
Unreal. We'll
That went
get
over
in
real
there
well.
on another podcast.
See, but if you're Dallas, you do that all day long. You win a cup.
Yeah, absolutely.
You do that
Who
all
cares?
day
As
long.
long as you win a cup,
Yeah.
doesn't matter. Riley, Thompson, who cares? We won the cup.
Yeah.
That's at the end of the day the most important thing.
Yep.
So, anyways, you get set up in St. Louis. Talk about that little escapade because you had Keenan and he was hard. He was good for you, but he was
good.
hard on you.
He was good. I was his bitch. It was. I mean, and Hully can kind of talk to it a little bit, but I was
Getting tired.
before every practice, after every practice, before every game, during every game, shuttle into his office to get yelled at about something. And by then, Courts finally, at one point, I think he had to go talk to Keenan and be like, "You got to lay off this kid.
Absolutely.
Like enough." Like,
Well,
you're
the
all
worst
over
is
him.
the worst is I don't even think he was a good coach. Like he never taught us any systems or like
He's a
Scotty
motivator versus an
Scotty
X's and
Bowman put in the left wing lock for Detroit, a very innovative system that no one else used, which was unbelievable. Jacques Lemaire started the trap. Mike Keenan just scared guys into playing, and basically the assistant coaches kind of
patrolled their.
Yeah, he was just a
their realms.
bully, is what he was.
I remember one time my partner Igor Kravchuk pinches, and I'm getting booed relentlessly in St. Louis, and Igor pinches. I take a 3-on-1 back. I slide, tic-tac-toe, back door, and I'm getting yelled at because I'm like, "What do you want me to do?" It's a 3-on-1.
Yeah.
I'm like, but whatever.
Did he?
Oh, he made me better. And
How did he make you better?
Because he got him so pissed off, he turned into the meanest, dirtiest prick out there.
But I think, looking at the method to the madness as it related to me, my probably biggest issue was conditioning, was the physical side of things.
I got you.
Wasn't necessarily thinking the game.
Yeah,
was getting out of my
definitely not.
way, reading and reacting. But it was more him challenging me of how good do you really want to be? And if you want to be like Brian Leach and some of these guys, you have to get in better shape. You have to be able to play 30 minutes and not get tired.
30.
You have to be efficient on the ice. So in that regard, he was very adamant about VO2 max and all the things.
And I will agree, he had the best practices ever.
Oh yeah,
Like just
back then,
up tempo,
back
short,
then,
it was
45
great.
minutes max.
But
you're going fast, very little time at
Front
the
up
board.
of the line, take the next drill, go, go.
Yeah.
The conditioning was in the drills.
Yeah.
It wasn't,
Yep.
let's skate after.
How about Al MacInnis and what he meant?
What he
to you?
brought a lot. I think that's. I started with Brad McCrimmon, the Beast, and
Unreal, right?
in Hartford as my mentor and D partner, roommate. And
Unreal guy.
Unreal guy.
I loved him.
Amazing. And then, come to St. Louis, and now I'm able to kind of learn under Al, kind of see how he prepared, how he played
Very
the game.
professional.
Very professional, how he handled the media. I probably went the opposite direction
Me
as
too.
it relates to that. But really kind of how he kind of looked at the game, prepared, and then ultimately we had the same trainer and things of that nature. But I think just watching him, everybody looks at his stats from his days in Calgary and how many points and his slap shot and all the rest of that. Highly competitive, really good defender, better than most people think.
Very smart.
Very smart, heady.
Yeah.
The fact that people still couldn't figure out that he was never going his backhand, I still don't get.
Right.
They always bid on the backhand fake. And then he turn and rip it up the wall. Or
It was unreal.
It's unreal. I'm like, I can't believe people still bite on that.
Well, that's because coaches are terrible and they probably didn't tell their players that.
He's never going to his backhand, ever. Never.
Yeah, I remember Al being, talking about it a little bit, and he said, "Well, it's been whatever it was, 14 years, and they haven't caught on yet. I don't think I'm going to change it much."
Yeah. No kidding.
Yeah.
But could anyone shoot as hard but as
accurate
on target?
Yeah,
that curve.
No one was afraid to stand in front of the net.
Well, I kind of was. Broke my foot twice.
Well, yeah, but feet, right? But you're never worried about catching one in the throat,
No.
right? And that the only time it ever happened was when that puck flipped up on edge and he hit his partner square in the forehead and split his forehead. Remember that? It was
Suter?
No, here in St. Louis.
Oh, was it Sal or is Libor? Libor's a brand?
number 7.
Rico Pearson?
No, North American. The hell was his name?
Murray Barron? No, he was
he was number 6 too. 36, actually. I think. No, I don't know. I never paid much attention to you guys back there. He was a real good skating. Maybe got him from Vancouver.
I know who you mean.
Yeah.
not LaChance, but had a brother played.
Yeah, he had a brother.
Yeah. Norty.
Oh, Scott Norton.
Jeff Norton.
Jeff Norton. All right. I'm like, oh my God.
That's okay. We better take a break since that little Q&A took
Smoke coming
Yeah.
up.
Hold on, the hamster wheel's still going here.
If he didn't have a helmet on, he'd be dead. They'd be still trying to wedge that puck out of his forehead.
I remember him.
That's the only time I ever saw it.
I remember whatchamacallem, who pushed on the back of his legs. Marchand, maybe?
Patrick Poulin.
And he hit him and purposely hit him.
Yeah. Popped his hip
Well,
up.
we said he. Yeah.
Yeah,
When he popped
and
his hip
he
out.
hit him, and he hit him in the feet or in the ankle or something. I mean, broke it, whatever. But he literally let off because Kelly Buckberg used to lay in front of the shots, and I was like, Jesus, I can't shoot him. I'm gonna kill him.
Oh, in today's game, that's the first thing I say is I would shoot it as hard as I can at these guys that want to block shots all day.
Yeah.
Because at some point they're going to go, I'm not doing this anymore. I mean, that would drive me bananas. And it drives me bananas when they do get their shot blocked because if it's on purpose or not.
Yeah.
And I sit there and I watch and I'm like, oh, he didn't see him standing there. I never understood how dumb some D are. The guy's 5 feet in front of you and you hit him right in the shin pads. It's like, well, you didn't see him? Hey,
Do you remember
dumbasses.
my favorite Al stories?
Yeah.
He gets the puck back. Joe Murphy has now been in St. Louis, left, goes to San Jose. And Joe gets the puck. I go D to D. Al gets it. He takes one step in. And Joe's coming out in the lane. I was like, oh my God, Al's got the puck. And he freaking veers right out of the lane. It's like, as only JoJo could do.
Unreal.
Oh my
JoJo's
God.
tired.
JoJo's tired.
Oh my
JoJo
God.
got up in a TV timeout. We were getting beat 7-2, and they posted the score of the Mizzou game, and he had a bet on it. And he jumped up and went, "Yes!" And we're like, "What the hell are you doing?"
He goes, they covered.
Mizzou covered. Jesus.
Oh man, one
was
of
a
one.
beauty.
One of
Unreal.
one.
He took a shoebox full of cash to the Jeep dealership to buy a Jeep. And he said, yeah, take the tax off, right? Because it's cash. And the guy's like, well, what do you mean? And he figured, well, if he just brought this cash in, he wouldn't have to pay the tax on the car, a brand new Jeep.
Unreal.
Yeah, he was a beauty. Let's take one more break. We're here with Chris Pronger, Hall of Famer. We're going to talk about his book a little bit. We're going to have some laughs.
There it is.
That's right.
from the Window World Studios, Siteman Cancer Center. We'll be back.
Did you know on Siteman Cancer Center's website, you could find your risk of 12 cancers and 6 other important chronic diseases and get personalized tips for preventing them? This easy-to-use tool called Your Disease Risk is your source on prevention. Developed by world-renowned experts, Your Disease Risk combines the latest scientific evidence, disease risk factors, and offers step-by-step guidance for improving your health. Visit yourdiseaserisk.com and calculate your risk today. And make sure you're getting your routine cancer screenings for further prevention.
Hold on a second. I got it. Let's go.
I could have scored 86 with air in the pucks. Our town, our team, our builder. McBride & Son Homes. They're everywhere you want to live.
Score big at Hippo's Dispensaries with locations in Chesterfield, Columbia, and Springfield. Daily deals that keep your wallet in the game, top cannabis brands you know and trust, and bud tenders who feel like teammates. Hippo's, your home rink for cannabis in Missouri.
On the ice, the enforcer protects the team. At home, you need something that protects your house as well. That's why St. Louis trusts Window World for replacement windows, doors, and siding.
Locally owned and operated since 2003, they've installed windows in nearly 80,000 homes. Their windows come standard with double strength glass, a lifetime warranty, including breakage.
Listen, 60% of the appointments 2025 came from previous customers' referrals, and because people know that they deliver.
Right now, get 0% APR for 36 months. Call 800-GET-WINDOWS for details about credit cost and terms. For new accounts, the APR for purchase is 29.99%, subject to credit approval.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Welcome back. The dreams are your ticket out.
With Chris Pronger, Brett Hall, sponsored by
With
Siteman
the
Cancer Center.
vocal style.
Prongs,
Yes, sir.
just want to get a little feel because now you decide you're going to move St. Louis onward.
Yeah.
And you had a march too.
Trying to buy a cup. That's all he's trying to do.
Yeah.
But honestly, like you had that focus in you. Like
Yeah.
I'm going somewhere where I know I have a chance to win. And then you drug a couple teams to the finals before you won.
Yeah. Yeah. Edmonton, right after St. Louis.
Did you tell them that you'll give them a year? Or
Well, here's what happened. I told my
said,
wife.
"Get me the hell out of
So
here."
I was at a buddy's 30th birthday party. I may have been a little overserved and got the phone call that I got traded. So then I'm like, okay, shit. We go to a Barnes and Noble, and my
Barnes and Noble. That sounds,
to get a
sounds like
to get a
That's
book
the best bar in Edmonton.
to get a book on Edmonton because I didn't really know that much about Edmonton, and my wife's like, oh, let's go get a book, and I'm like,
never heard of this Wayne Gretzky
so
guy?
we show up at Barnes and Noble,
Yeah.
and my wife goes to the person working there, goes, oh, do you have any books on Edmonton? And the lady goes, Edmonton? Why would you want a book on Edmonton? And I'm like, oh my God, you're not doing me any favors here, lady.
Yeah. No, it
So
wouldn't
then-
have taken long for her to figure that out.
So
on her
then,
own.
we on the ride home, we're like, all right, so what are we going to do? We get home, we start talking about it. I have a qualifying offer that I'm going to sign a 1-year deal. We decide, all right, I'm going to sign my qualifying offer, play 1 year. And then, maybe we'll like it, maybe we don't. We'll just see how it goes.
Yeah.
And she goes to bed. We've decided on 1 year. I go back into my office and I'm sitting there having a couple beers, kind of thinking about the trade, thinking about the team. What do they have?
It's pretty cool that you had an office. I
Yeah,
didn't
right?
have an office.
And all of a sudden it's like, 1:30 in the morning and I get a phone call. It's my agent. Hey, they want to give you an extension because they don't want you playing under whatever number I was at. And I'm like, well, I'm not. I want a 1-year deal. I'm going to be First time I'm going to be an unrestricted free agent.
Right.
I'm like, no, I want to, whatever.
I want to explore.
And now, I'm sitting there, I'm shit-faced, and I'm sitting there, my knees aching.
So it's more than a couple beers.
Yeah, yes. A couple dozen, perhaps.
You can always catch guys. It's like the Democrats. You always catch them in their lies.
So, I'm a little shit-faced, and I'm like, no, 1 year. But now I'm sitting there, my knees aching, my hands sore. I'm like, maybe this is going to be my last contract.
Oh, please.
I don't know. And, they caught me at a weak moment. And I'm like, I don't know. What do you think? We're coming out of a lockout.
Well, he's getting paid. He's going to say, yeah.
No shit.
Jeez.
Yeah. So talks me into signing a 5-year
I would have
deal.
woken up mama.
And immediately, a 5-year deal. Immediately, I go to bed. I'm like, this is probably not good. Wake up in the morning. I tell her, hey, just want to let you know I agreed to a 5-year deal. And that didn't go over well. No, as you might imagine. So needless to say, we get up there, have a great time playing, but it's not St. Louis and it's a struggle.
No, it's not St. Louis.
No. And that's all you know.
Yeah.
For her.
Right.
So.
Well, and come on, it's 10 months of winter.
And it's not St. Louis.
Right.
So
it's just a different culture.
It's not like she can go out in the park every day. And
no, it's just different. It's just a very different vibe.
Great hockey city, though.
Amazing.
Unreal.
Amazing. I mean, I had the best year playing, from a hockey perspective, it was incredible.
Right.
Having an opportunity to play in Canada,
took them to the finals.
Go to the finals, lose a heartbreaker in Game 7.
Yeah.
Just
what do you think was
brutal?
Did you have a full lineup? Were you missing a couple?
Goalie got hurt.
Yeah.
So missing a goalie.
You're right.
We had a couple guys hurt up front. And it
seemed like every time we had a great team, our goalie got hurt in St. Louis.
Yeah.
First Cujo, then Grant Fuhrer.
Yeah. Just
golly.
Wasn't
it wasn't meant to be.
No.
Yeah.
Then the next, then I get traded to Anaheim.
Yeah.
Reunited with my boy Berkey.
Yeah.
From my Hartford days. Get reunited with him in Anaheim.
He was my first agent.
Was he?
Berkey, yeah. Love Brian.
Yeah. And right from the jump, we had played them when I was in Edmonton. We had played them in the conference finals. So I knew the type of team they had. I knew the style of play. What a great fit.
They had everything.
Yeah.
Getzloff and
what
Perry
a great fit.
Needs.
Yeah. If you look at our first line, we had Kunitz, Andy McDonald, and then Solani. And then the second line was Penner, Getzloff, and Perry.
That's the donut line, no center.
Yeah. And then we had the checking line, Niedermeyer, Paulson, Moen.
Awesome.
And then
they were awesome.
Our gritty energy line was Mayday, Todd Marchant, and Sean Thornton.
Awesome.
And then George was...
wait a second. Where'd you plug Korea in?
Korea wasn't there.
Oh, that's right. He was gone.
He was Gandhi.
St. Louis.
He was in St. Louis then, I think. Yeah.
Free agent with St. Louis.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm not sure he knew where he was anyway after Scott Stevens got a hold of him. He still might not know where he is.
So that part, and then just playing with that team. I mean, we could play 2-1, 6-5,
absolutely,
fight field games, whatever. It was a fun team to play. And then obviously 2 goalies. We had Jiggy and Briz.
Right, and I need to know when I was doing NBC if any of my comments spurred you guys on in the conference finals against Detroit when I was doing TV, and we all knew you guys were the odds-on favorite to win the cup. You just went through your lineup, and it's ridiculously great in every aspect. And I just was watching, and there was something missing in your guys' game, and I said, they better change the way they're playing right now, or they're not going to even get to the Stanley Cup Finals. And the next thing you know,
not too long
2
after,
games in a row.
That was, I think, at the second intermission when we were getting shelled.
Right.
I think the shots were like 30-10.
Right.
We were getting smoked, but Jiggy was holding us in there.
He was good
with the illegal equipment still.
He won the Conn Smythe, didn't he?
No, that was in 04.
No, Niedermeyer.
Okay.
Mr. Niedermeyer did,
didn't win the cup.
Yes. Yeah. And then Scotty scored a late third period goal to tie it. And then Teemu scored an OT winner for to get us a 3-2 lead.
What an awesome guy Teemu is.
Oh my God. Amazing. God. And then And then we played game 6 back in Anaheim when Hully was getting worked by the fans. and then we pounded Ottawa.
But
You beat me then, didn't you?
I wanted Anaheim to win because their team was full of guys deserving.
Yeah.
Right.
And we only had one guy on that team that had won a cup, Scotty. Everybody else had either been to a final or, you know, but nobody had won. So that was a cool part because a number of those guys were still there from the 04 team that lost to New Jersey.
And who was the mastermind behind that? Was that Bob Murray put that team together?
That was Berkey.
Two guys, Berkey.
And then he had brought Bob in from Vancouver when he was there.
Yeah, he was. What a job he did there because that was a awesome team. So,
and then that's why I use that on the cover. And if you happen to look at the book, Chaser, I had my arch rival and then
Mike Keenan?
then teammate Teemu Selanne.
Nice.
Do the forward.
Oh, that's
of
awesome.
the book, and
That's
you know
awesome.
he talks about
What
the
the
12
hell
years.
What are you doing? Like you're reinventing yourself or something? Like you got all this
Yeah,
shit?
because we talk about this all the time, and it's like, did you see Prongs on that thing? Did you see Prongs on that
we
thing?
laugh and I go,
There's Prongs on Instagram.
What the hell is he doing?
How about the Instagram thing when he's doing exercises in the gym? I'm like, who the hell is this guy?
Multifaceted.
Holy mackerel.
So tell us.
This is a new guy.
So the book.
Why reinvent? What's going on?
No, you know what?
Or just come out from underneath the covers.
Yeah, more that. Or, you know, I think people only know the player. Like the player is, it's not who you are. It's how you
see
play
on
the game.
ice.
Right.
You know, it's not
It's
your real
definitely
personality.
a part of who you are, but it's not who you are.
Did you write
Exactly.
this yourself?
I did.
Like, because no one would have guessed that he is like a scholar athlete of the year.
Scholastic Player of the Year.
Yeah. Like
I would have guessed
There's
that.
no
I knew
way.
that, but because I played with him. But I think it's so damn impressive. Just, you know, I do look at the videos sometimes and go, what the hell is he doing? It's got all of this. But I guess when you have all of this
why
stuff.
wouldn't you just make your wife dress up and let her do the exercise and
Well, that
you get
too.
way more views?
This is true.
God.
Yeah, but when you have all of these things, if you don't enjoy them or package them to be with other people, it doesn't mean anything. Because I've found like even being sick a little bit, you know, is a different purpose.
Yeah.
And if you can package that a little bit to help people or to
Right.
keep yourself busy,
Yeah.
just it rejuvenates you. And
Yeah,
I think that's important.
Doing the book was more about impact.
Right. So
And about
describe
helping
basically
people.
what the book is. Is it inspiring? Is it a teaching?
The book is part life lessons from my career,
Right.
both youth hockey all the way up, and part accountability and challenge to people of like, hey, like everybody always complains, oh, I want this, but they're never willing to sacrifice
Right.
to get it.
Right.
I'm challenging
And then
them,
when they find
holding them accountable, like, hey, do you want to be good? Do you want to be great? Do you want to be great or do you want to be a Hall of Famer? Do you want to be, like the needle is always moving, but how do you get there?
Right.
You know, the victimhood mentality that you have,
Which
and I had it.
which is so
And I had it.
prevalent right now
Yeah.
in society. It's like, woe is me.
Exactly.
Get off your damn phone and do
you
something.
You think about Hartford and you think about that first year here in St. Louis. I had it. It was somebody else's fault. It was, until I took
yeah,
ownership.
bouncers fall.
Yeah,
Things like that.
exactly. It wasn't until I took ownership and said, okay, I'm going to get in better shape. I'm going to play better. I'm going to, I had to internalize it and focus on myself to then have the outcome I wanted.
Yes, because from the neck up, I think me and you are similar. From the neck up, it's like we were kind of born to play the game. We got it. But it took us to figure out our bottom from the neck down.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Because I was always
How committed do we
soft,
want to be?
little, short, fat kid that didn't, I had an easy go attitude, didn't really care about much, and, got a lucky break, made the best of it, and then, and then you go from there. And I guarantee this
100%.
book would help
a lot of
kids like me.
A lot of what's in the book is just about our decisions, our choices, challenging ourselves, facing adversity, leaning into it,
right,
and making sure that you continually challenge yourself. Don't stay stagnant.
Are those things that you've taught your children?
Absolutely.
Right.
100%.
Well, you think about it, okay? You think about it and you say to yourself, you're going to do this and you're going to challenge yourself. But so many people, as soon as it gets hard, they quit.
Yeah.
Like, I
And
find with myself.
That's what I talk about in the book.
Yeah, I found myself where I've hit a wall and then I'm feeling sorry for myself. I need to pull myself out of that, the hell going and not quit. And I think that's just part of, boy, what can really make you successful. Because I say this to my boys all the time. Like, if you just have a little bit of
stick-to-itiveness.
Yes.
and you're for your own personal or for whoever you're challenging and working with,
Yeah.
you're going to be successful. That's what I think anyway. And that's,
Well,
and I love being busy, but through your book, you put out some challenges that you really had, a tough go of and met them head on. And that's my whole thing with run at the fight, not away from it.
And the more often you don't quit, the easier it is to not quit.
Right.
Like the more you challenge
That's a great
yourself, the
point.
more
Right.
that happens.
And where can we get it?
We can get this book. Amazon.com is the best place.
Oh, absolutely. Isn't
I
everything?
mean, isn't everything on Amazon? Amazon.com, Barnes & Noble, ChrisPronger.com, my website.
Well, I want you to sign one for me.
I'll sign it. And why don't you read your little snippet here, Hully?
Well, if you actually thought that I could read that small print, I got you.
Well, Brett Hall says,
There we go. Thank you.
Earned is the real story. I saw Chris at his lowest in St. Louis when the boos were loud and the doubts were real. And I also saw him find himself, find his game, and rise to become the most valuable player in the NHL. A level reached only by the great Bobby Orr before him.
Nice.
Wow.
That says it all, I think, right
Well
there.
played, Brett. That's how you do it.
Impressive.
That's
Hully.
an endorsement right there.
That is.
Yeah, it's impressive.
I was impressed
Hey,
that
Prongs,
John Gruden did another one for you.
Yeah, coach.
I love John Gruden.
Yeah.
I've never met him, but he's one of my
Yeah,
favorites.
he's awesome. He's awesome.
Prongs.
Yes, sir.
Were you in Hartford when I heard this story? It might not be true, but when Pierre Maguire went to take the slap shot into the net,
Mm-hmm.
I'd like you to tell that story because somebody told it to me the other day. Said, ask Prongs about it. He was there, and I won't say who the other guy was,
I've tried to black out.
but I think his
Hartford.
initials were Sean Burke.
And his initials are Sean Burke.
But anyway, tell the story. Like
Give me the
he
cliff
put
notes
the puck
again.
down in the middle of
I'm remembering.
Hartford
I'm remembering
Whaler logo.
him spreading out the nets.
Yeah. Had
And
a
we're-
puck hanging in the net.
Yeah.
Said, how in the fuck can you guys not hit that big square with this little disc? Anyway,
And he starts ripping. He's trying to rip pucks. And
he went to rip a puck into the net to show him how to shoot it into an empty net.
We're
And he
NHL
couldn't-
players.
He couldn't get through the carpet and he shanked it and hit Robert Cron. And I guess Beast and some of these guys were just pissing themselves laughing. Now, I don't know if that's a good scoop or not,
He
but
started doing. He
I
took
laughed.
over after the Buffalo, after a bunch of stuff. He took over, and my God, some of the shit he did, we were like, "What are you doing?"
It's unreal. And God rest his soul, Jimmy Roberts. When I went out on the ice the first time and we started doing 3-on-0s with no
without
puck.
the puck. Remember those?
I'm like, what
Without
has this
puck.
game come to? Yeah. Oh my Lord.
No, listen. The best part of that was at the end of practice when we had to come around the net and shoot before the slot down into the empty net. And if we hit the empty net, we didn't have to skate. We went as wingers, right wingers, left wingers, center, defense. And fucking Hully got pissed off. He goes, get out of the road. Came around the net. He took a slap shot. Jimmy's leaning on the net down on the far end. Takes a slap shot. It's coming through the air and it starts curving. And Jimmy goes, and he goes to skate out of the crease and the puck's just tracking him. And all of a sudden, boom, right between the fucking shoulder blades. Down goes Jimmy. Whoa! He's screaming and Hully goes, we ain't skating. He's laying on the ice. He misses the net, but he hit Jimmy between the shoulder blades, so we got to do a lap. Oh, my God, I laughed.
Let me take this real quick.
Okay.
All right.
We're taking a break. Now it's time for our Get Checked moment of the game. And today, we're talking about breast cancer. And if you're a gentleman watching, please tell your wives, girlfriends, friends, daughters, sisters, aunts, and even your mother-in-law. Gals watching, listen closely to this. If you're 40 or older and haven't yet gotten your mammogram, it is so important that you do. Women who undergo regular yearly screening for breast cancer have better outcomes than women who don't. If you have family history of breast cancer, there is a chance you will need to start getting screened even earlier. And that's something to talk to your primary care physician about. Siteman Cancer Centers offer a mobile mammography van that parks at convenient places like Schnucks and Walmart all over town, so you can get screened on your way to run errands. Check out the van schedule and make an appointment on Siteman's website, siteman.washu.edu, or type in your zip code at getscreenednow.com. If you're in Missouri or Illinois, to find multiple locations near you to get screened.
On the ice, the enforcer protects the team. At home, you need something that protects your house as well. That's why St. Louis trusts Window World, replacement windows, doors, and siding.
Locally owned and operated since 2003, they've installed windows in nearly 80,000 homes. Their windows come standard with double strength glass, a lifetime warranty, including breakage.
Listen, 60% of the appointments 2025 came from previous customers' referrals, and because people know that they deliver.
Right now, get 0% APR for 36 months. Call 800-GET-WINDOWS for details about credit cost and terms. For new accounts, the APR for purchase is 29.99%, subject to credit approval. Score big at Hippos Dispensaries, with locations in Chesterfield, Columbia, and Springfield. Daily deals that keep your wallet in the game, top cannabis brands you know and trust, and bud tenders who feel like teammates. Hippos, your home rink for cannabis in Missouri. Welcome back to Ice Guardians with Chris Pronger, the one and only Kelly Chase, brought to you from the Window World studio, brought to you by Siteman Cancer Center. Prongs, it's been a pleasure. Good luck with your book.
Thank you.
Being lucky enough to win a cup or two, all the good stories about the day with the cup or whatnot. Anything exciting happened with the boys? And then what did you do with it when it was your turn to have it?
Teams go both ways, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Either it's super tight and it's just the guys, or it's a free for all and everybody's in your locker room. And ours went more free for all. Like the room was wide open. People were coming and going.
People in like Disney costumes and shit.
It was anybody and everybody in there. and then, so then I was setting up. I got the cup after the awards that year. I'm like, I didn't realize that the cup hung around the city. So I had it come to my house, just a little private dinner or what have you. And while I was there, my brother knew the bassist for Sugar Ray. And he texted my brother. He's like, hey, can we come and get a picture with it? So while he was over there, we're half cocked. And my brother's like, hey, why don't you call Mark McGrath and play my brother's cup party? So that's how I got Sugar Ray to play my cup party.
That's great.
So he set up my backyard and down I had a
in Anaheim.
In Irvine, where I lived in Shady Canyon. And so where I lived, I'm set in a golf course, but in the canyons.
Right.
And I had a subterranean basement, and I blacked it out and made it a club for after the Sugar Ray played. And so I had them set up out by my pool and covered over my pool. They played, they crushed it, played all their hits. It was amazing. And then we go down into the club, and this DJ's got the tunes just blaring. And about 2 a.m, I'm upstairs, probably getting another bottle of wine or something. And my party planner's like, oh my God, Chris, the police are here. I'm like, invite them in.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, how bad could it be? I got the cup here.
Right.
Like, give me a break. So they come in, they take pictures with the cup, do all this stuff.
Can you turn it down just a little?
And they're like, hey, can you turn it down a little bit? And I'm talking to them a bit, and they're like, oh my God, it took us 4 hours
To find it.
Because
of the echo in the canyon.
Throughout the canyon.
Awesome.
They were trying to find it. They were all the way. I lived off of the 405. They were all the way across the 5.
Wow.
That's how far the music was traveling through the canyon.
Incredible.
And so about 4 a.m, they came back for like the 3rd time and said,
That's it.
Uncle,
Yeah.
like you're done. And so
But those are great.
it was everybody in my old neighborhood now still talks about that party to this day.
Yeah, that's
just how
awesome.
much fun it was. And
That's good
obviously,
stuff.
What isn't fun when you got
Well,
the
it's
cup
not.
there?
Yeah, it's like traveling with Elvis Presley.
Yeah.
The entourage is unreal.
Oh, I thought that was like when you would drag me to the bars.
Oh
after
yeah.
every
Okay.
game.
Drag you.
Would drag.
I spent the first 2 hours every night just trying to find you. Drag. Hey.
Golly. Well, it's been a pleasure, and
you.
hopefully we can do it again. Good luck with the
thank
book. It's
Good luck,
awesome.
buddy.
Thank you.
Amazon Prime, everybody.
Yeah, Amazon.com.
Just Amazon.
ChrisPronger.com. Barnes & Noble, whatever.
There's a ChrisPronger.com.
There's a ChrisPronger.com.
How do you get one of those?
Actually, you know what?
I gotta talk to my wife.
actually
Don't worry
got
about it. You don't
years
need
ago. Years ago. I don't even know. It was sitting there,
All right.
and I had it.
The last thing we need is you having one. You don't worry about it.
Thanks for joining us on another edition of Ice Guardians. Love you, Kelly.
Love you,
Chris
buddy.
Pronger.
Thank you.
Until next time.